Behold, among them, the dwelling place of God, they shall be his people, and he shall be their Lord and God.
In the gospel reading of today, Jesus looked at the crowd and he felt pity for them because they were like sheep without shepherd. That there is a great harvest in the world. There is great souls out there that needs to be saved. Are you seeing what Jesus is seeing? I'm going to tell you a little story before I became a priest. If you may ask me, how did Father Emmanuel, Father, what were you thinking when you decided to become a priest, to join the seminary? Just like we have these wonderful men behind me who are seminarians. If you ask me my story, I will tell you. It was chicken that brought me in. Chicken. Seriously, literally. It was because of chicken I came and became a priest. And how did it happen? I was a little boy, 5-6 years, and our parish priest was Father G.C. Ikobi. And our parish priest was, he was very welcoming. But as an altar server, in Africa, during offertory, people bring real gifts, not just money, but other gifts. And the priest will collect them, and we, the altar servers, will go and put them in the appropriate place. Okay, so what happened is that every morning or anytime we went to the father's house, we call it father's house. Anytime you go to father's house, which is the rectory, you are always greeted with a very strong aroma of chicken. It was really sweet. It was really delicious. And those days, chicken was not a common food. It was only food for the rich. Before your father will kill a chicken, it must either be on Easter or on Christmas. Then if your father is better off, maybe once in a blue moon. So chicken was a big deal. And so chicken, and every time we went to the father's house, most times we are given chicken or we are given something else, but most times it's chicken. And so one day I came out of the father's house and I told God, when I grow up, I want to be a priest. And what was the reason? To eat chicken. That was it. And I started learning what the priest do. I follow him and I want to be anything he does, that we do. Because my aim was to eat chicken. Growing up, I started eating that chicken. But I ate more than chicken this time. But of course, I'm no longer eating chicken. I'm tired of eating chicken now. But that was my own point of attraction. I started learning more things. I started seeing more things. I started understanding more things. I also came to understand that actually there was a need to serve God. Yes, it all started with chicken, but I also saw the need. And I had to check into myself and ask God, but God, are you really calling me into this? And that was how I also knew that God was calling me. Being a seminarian, I had to think of what would happen if we all were not sitting right here. And I was always seeing myself among those whom God has called for suffering, for pain, to bring joy, and to share love. It doesn't matter how God is calling you. The point is, God is calling you. The point is, I need to know where God is calling me and what God is calling me to. The harvest is plenty. Well, just think about it this way. When Jesus is telling us, when I hear people say this a lot. There's people who say, well, I'm another Jesus. Let's go out there and become another Jesus. What exactly are we becoming? We are becoming more priests and more priestess, more nuns, sharing more love. So God is calling us, maybe not as a priest, maybe as something else, as someone else. I think one of the beautiful things is to listen, to actually know when God is calling you, what He is saying to you. Regardless of who you are, whether God is calling you as the Pope or Bishop, as the mother or father, holiness is accompanied in this call. The harvest is plenty. There are more works to do. I look at some people who say, well, in Nigeria there are so many priests, they don't have anything to do. That's not true. In fact, we need more priests, times 3 of what we have in Nigeria. It can never be enough. It can never be enough. More works to do. More deacons. We need more deacons, more priests, more nuns, more brothers. We need more parents, more fathers, more mothers. Even in single life, we need everyone in God's vineyard. There is a lot of work to be done.